Hey everyone, welcome back from spring break. It went so fast. I can't believe it's already the middle of April. Be the end of the school year before we know it. So this week we are going to do a game that's going to look similar to a game that I know everybody's played before called Chutes and Ladders. This is called Snakes and Ladders. So there's our little snake and there's our ladder. On slide 2 are the directions. And I know the directions are kind of long, so I wanted to make a video so you could listen to the directions as well. The most important part of the game is just understanding what is on each slide. So the second slide has the directions. This slide right here is what you're going to use for dice. If you have your own dice at home, you can use those, but it's kind of fun to use the virtual dice. So if you click on this, it'll take you to the virtual dice that starts rolling. If you click on it, it will stop. So in this case, I would move 4 spots. The other on the slide, the other thing is a 10-second timer. So for the 10-second timer, just to make it easy for all the exercises on the board game, just do them 10 seconds. So if it's push-ups, just how many push-ups you can do in 10 seconds. If it's sit-ups, same thing. If it's a yoga pose, hold it for 10 seconds. If it's a stretch, hold it for 10 seconds. You kind of get the idea there. 10 seconds is just easier than trying to do a certain number of exercises. And then on slide 4 is the confusing board for the game. So it looks more confusing than it really is. If you look at it, you see some similar things as Chutes and Ladders, for instance, the ladder. So if you roll and you end up at the bottom of the ladder, it's going to shoot you straight up to 26. If you end up at 49, the head of the snake, it's going to take you all the way back down to 33. So you'll see the different snakes that'll take you up or down. This one takes you diagonal, the ladders up and down. So if you hit those, again, if you're 42, you'll go all the way up to 59. Now in this game, there's no little board piece like you would have if you were playing a real game. So it's a good idea to have like a piece of paper that you can, once you roll the dice and you count your spots, to write down the number that you land on so you don't forget. You can play this game with somebody, or you can just do it by yourself and see what kind of exercises you get to the finish line, which is 64. Or you can play with a mom or dad or friend or whoever happens to be over at your house. It's kind of fun to do too, and it's a good way to get some exercise. So let's do an example. So you start here at 1. There's no exercise at 1, and there's no exercise at 64, because once you land a 63 and you roll a 6, no matter what, you're going to stop here, and that means you're the winner chicken dinner. So in this case, we're going to start at 1, go back to our dice. We're going to click on it. It's going to roll. You're going to stop it. So in this case, it's 1. I didn't make it very far. You're going to click back to the board, and you're going to go 1. Now you'll see all these videos. They look so confusing, but all you need to do is click twice on them, and then they'll be big enough for you to see. If you just click on the play button once, it'll play, but it's just so little. So if you click on it again, it'll be big, and then you can see what it is. So in this case, it's sit-ups. You remember Mr. TG demonstrating the sit-ups? So then you would go back to your board game, and you would do 10. You'd start the timer for 10 seconds of
What's up,
sit-ups.
How's it going?
Lauren
and
Jason?
then
I guess
you
you know
would
us by now. But anyway,
do 10 seconds of sit-ups, and then it would be your friend's turn to go. But make sure you remember to put down 2, because if you don't put down the number, then you won't remember where you were, and then you'll have to start over. I don't want to do that. So just put number 2 down, and then your friend would start at 1 and roll the dice, and it would just continue on. And just remember, if you land on the tail, you're going to go this one. If we started at 44, you'd go, woo, follow it, and you'd end up at 53. And so then you would click on this video. And again, the video will be tiny unless you click on it twice to make it big. And your goal is to make it to 64. Now, some of these, there's probably close to 25 different exercises. So there's there's 64 squares. So you might end up doing the same one, or you might never see the same one twice. So it just kind of depends on the game. So anyway, have fun. Again, it's called Snakes and Ladders, and it'll be a good way to get your sweat on. Have a great time, and welcome back. Bye.